This is Penny here, and this is my sister Lizzie, and she today will show you how to take an artichoke and get rid of the choke and peel it so that way you could use it to make stuffed artichoke or pickled artichoke. Usually these kind of recipes say that you need to have a baby artichoke, but you see over here my artichokes are not that good looking. You know why they don't look that good? Because I got them practically free. So, but it doesn't matter. You don't need actually baby artichokes for this case. You just, as long as you peel it properly, and Lizzie will show you how, it'll be good. Okay, so now to start off with, you take and you remove all the leaves from it, the outer leaves. You see, it's actually hard to remove the outer leaves, but when you do it, you're exposing the lighter green on the inside. So even though, like as I said, the leaves kind of look nasty, it doesn't matter because you're not using that part anyhow, and the heart is still nice inside. Okay, so you're going to keep on going with that until you get off all the harder outer leaves, until you reach the softer inner leaves. Okay, so now here you see we've accessed the inner leaves already. You see the texture is different. It's actually easier to rip off the leaves now. So we're going to cut off the tips of these leaves now because the tips of the leaves are still hard, but the inside is soft. If you ever eat a whole artichoke, you notice that like when you get to the inside, you're able to eat them. You don't have to just like rip off the like part of the leaf with your teeth. You're able to eat the whole inside from this point. Okay, so then you cut it in half, and you remove the stem. Before you cut it in half, then you actually use your sharp knife to peel off the brighter greens to access because this is the part that's fibrous. You want to access the more yellowish heart on the inside. Okay, so that just go all around and make sure to remove anything that looks remotely fibrous or hairy because that's a part that's going to be tough to eat. You want to have the soft heart. That's a nice part about eating artichoke hearts. Okay, so you see now all the tougher parts are taken off, and you have the heart and the softer leaves on the inside. Now, if you want to stuff it, one second, hold on. If you want to stuff it, and you didn't want to cut it in half or quarters like you would for pickled, you could actually at this point use your spoon and remove the choke. But because we're not going to be doing it like this, but because it's a little harder to do it that way. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cut it in half to be able to access the choke more easily. And the choke, by the way, is this hairy part, because artichokes are in the aster family, the sunflower family, like dandelions too. They all have these hairs where the seeds are attached to, and that is called the choke of the artichoke. Because if you don't, I don't know why it's actually called that. There's theories that it's called that because if you leave it in there and try to cook it, you could choke. So you see the chokes, they look very different from the leaves. They kind of look like fuzz or fluff. Like from a dandelion maybe, and it's relatively easy to remove with the spoon. Whatever's soft enough to remove, that's the choke. And when you finish that, we'll continue to the next part. So now you see we have the two artichokes, the two halves of the artichoke already exposed, and the choke removed. If you look closer, the choke, there's no more hairiness inside. You just have the hearts. I left a little bit of the leaves on because I personally like it for pickled artichokes, but if you like the leaves removed, feel free to do that too. Just use a knife to take off the rest. And once you take off the choke, then you take out the choke, then you soak it in water with a little bit of lemon juice to stop it from getting from turning brown. And then now we're able to use it for anything else. If you want to make stuffed artichoke with it, you just stick them in the artichoke hearts, or if you want to pickle them, then you boil them for like about a minute or two, about 10 minutes, until you're able to stick a fork in them without it being too hard, and then you pickle it from there. Thanks so much for your help, Lizzie.
Welcome.